Hey everybody and welcome back to another Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus video. Today we're looking at booster pack number 2, which was just released recently, at the time this was made. Probably not if you're viewing this a long time after, but anyway, this is simply a guide to explain everything you need to know about booster pack number 2. There's new items, a new trinket, new additions to the gameplay, and even a new transformation. I'm not going to leave you hanging, let's hop right in. Items. Moving Box by Tim L'Enchanteur. I don't know how to pronounce that. Moving Box is an incredibly unique active item. It basically does what it says. It's a moving box. You're going to put stuff in it, and you're going to move it elsewhere. But how does it work? When popped in a room with consumables on the ground, it will store them in the moving box. You can store things in the box at a time, including batteries, trinkets, hearts, chests, and even items. Especially the box, if you want to make the boxception joke. You're maybe wondering, how is this useful in the slightest? Well, if you have excess soul hearts on a floor, scoop them up and hold on to them for a future floor, or carry chests down to the chest or dark room to turn them into items. Maybe you really want the cancer trinket until you get a better tier stat, but in the end you really want curved horn. Just store it in the moving box. You can also do this with active items, so say you wanted a certain active item on a certain floor, you could just pack it away in the moving box and then have it for that floor while you use a different one. It's a very min-maxy item, but in my opinion I think the game needs more items like this for players that enjoy moving slowly. It can also be incredibly overpowered, and I'm sure there's a lot of synergies that even I'm not seeing right now. I like this item a lot. Telekinesis by Yufu, which I don't know how to pronounce either. First we had an Inception reference, but now we have a Matrix reference. Be prepared to become Neo with telekinesis. This is a spacebar item with a 2-second charge. Upon popping it, all tiers in the room will freeze and shortly after fly away from you via the Matrix style. It's really cool. I'm not positive how practical it is, but it is really good against some enemies like Hush and Delirium. Plus it's just another cool case of how awesome modded items can be in this game. It's something that really would never have been in the game until modding was allowed. So I like this item a lot. Technology Zero by Ashkate and Skaze. These guys have done a lot of mods already, and a lot of ones that are already in the game, including the next one as well. But man, do I love this item. I did a modded episode with it on the channel before it was even added to the booster pack, and I'm pretty sure I said in that video that I would eat a shoe or something if this item was not eventually added to a booster, so suck on that, no shoes for me. This item is fun. It's another tech item, which I feel the game needs more of, and it's a cool one with fun synergies at that. When using it, tiers will join together with the tech beam in the middle of them. This results in a large connected array of tiers that can do extra damage. Jacob's Ladder, Soy Milk, and many other items are all going to be a good time with Tech Zero. Jumper Cables by Ashkate and Skaze. Jumper Cables is a great item for game breakers. Every 15 enemies killed will charge up an active item a little bit. It's basically as simple as that. If you're wondering why this would be great for game breakers, imagine a situation in which you have an active item that gives consumables such as wood and nickel, then a boss like Lord of the Flies which spawns an infinite amount of enemies. You're looking at as much money in that room as you have the patience to be in there. There are other implications this item has that can be incredibly beneficial on a run, and I think it's a unique idea and a fun item. It's also really good for getting, that one last spirit heart before you move on to the next floor, or something like that, with a HP related spacebar item. I think it's pretty good. Coupon by Plumbo. This, like Mystery Gift, is the addition of another item in a booster pack that allows for free items. When this 6 charge active item is used, it will buy a random item from whatever shop related room you're standing in. Hey Tyler, why not just say shop? Well, that's because you can get free items from the Devil Deal and also Black Market. This makes this item super powerful with infinite battery charges. Sadly, it does not work with restock, as that would have been my new favorite way of breaking the game, but it still gets the job done as a pretty good active item early in a run. Oh, and it can drop from Brahmin shopkeepers, who need Steam sale anymore. Leprosy, which is inspired by Extreme Ninja Home Makeover. Alright game, you've bested me. This one's a little bit disturbing and a bit too real. Leprosy is an item that Edmund redesigned to do what he wanted it to. Essentially, when you get hit on a floor, you'll get a part of your flesh ripped off and then used as an orbital around you. That's unique, but it's also really good. These flesh chunks, up to 3 at a time, do a significant amount of damage as orbitals, and they also block shots. Once they're hit or used a decent amount of times, they'll despawn, and you can spawn more upon getting hit. They do carry from floor to floor, which is awesome, and the sprites for them actually look pretty cool. It should also be noted that they are affected by the use of Dull Razor, which will act if you get damage, which spawns the orbitals. With infinite charges on Dull Razor, as shown in my greatest synergy ever showcase, while a lot of self-promotion in this one, I'm sorry, this will make you invincible and deal a lot of damage. It's a pretty fun interaction. Trinket. Filigree Feather by Edmund himself. This is a unique trinket. I feel like I say unique a lot. This trinket allows for the angels to drop items instead of key pieces. It's part of Edmund's master plan to rebalance angel rooms, which you'll see shortly. This is honestly a great trinket in my opinion. There's a ton of times where I'm forced to go angel deal since Krampus might appear in the first devil deal, or you just don't have an acceptable amount of HP to take one. You don't want angel deals, but you have to. This can then give them more benefit if you really don't want to fight Mega Satan on a run. Gameplay mechanics. The Angel Deal Revamp. So Angel Deal's got a huge revamp in this booster pack, and I honestly feel it's for the better. They're now totally a viable option on a run. They're basically guaranteed to give an item every single time you enter one, instead of giving you 3 pennies or a spirit heart. I believe somebody's kinda figured this out on the Reddit, that there's a 93% chance of getting an item when you go into an Angel Deal now. That's really good. It now has the ability to spawn more than one item in an Angel Deal as well, which can give you the option of taking multiple. There are some good items in the Angel Pool, there's just usually a lesser chance of seeing them. Now there's a greater chance. It's awesome. It also makes something like Diplopia or Crooked Penny somewhat broken, as you can double the items and collect them all. It's a fantastic change to the game, and it's something that we've wanted for a really long time. Dressing Table by Synthar. This is a mod that isn't quite for me, but it may be for some other people. Every floor has a chance to spawn a dressing table in the first room of the floor. With it, you can re-roll the item costumes that you've already picked up on the run. This means that if you had a dope looking Isaac but then picked up Maggie's bow and looked too much like Maggie for your liking, you can then re-roll into some naked hooded demon that you were a minute ago. It's a unique idea, and hey, if you really hate it being there that much, just bomb it. You can get some consumables back for it. There were also some other small gameplay mechanics that were changed that are worth mentioning here. Challenge rooms now charge active items. Like, seriously, why hasn't this been in the game forever? Angry Fly now counts towards the Beelzebub transformation. The Yara breakfasting bug is finally fixed, so you can get back to your game breaking. Broken Modem, much to the community's great grief, now has a black outline around it. And finally, mods don't disable achievements. This is actually a huge thing that has the community in an uproar already. Yes, you can now use the debug console to cheat your way through everything in the game. Do I recommend this? No. But I also understand why they do this. We've reached a point where Isaac is at the end of its production from the company. The game is in our hands and they want us to have full control. This allows mods to utilize achievements as a way of progressing through their version of the game, and it also allows users to use their mods while on their road to 1,000,000%. I think a fix here could be to disable the console for achievements, but I also partially don't really care about that at all. Graphical changes. There are 2 graphical changes that were made with mods in this update. Bomb Stacking by S-Body. This was actually one of the most popular mods on the workshop for a while. It's a very nice graphical change which adds bomb effects on top of the bombs when you use them, so you can clearly see everything you have going on with your synergy. It's subtle, but it's honestly a pretty nice addition to the game. A lot of attention to detail and it looks really nice. Also added was Visible Jar of Flies by Steward Is Me. Alright, come on, did anybody actually ask for this one? I can't say that I've ever once thought about this, but I suppose I'm hyped for it. Hashtag Visible Flies, get that rolling in the comments. Jar of Flies now has little tiny flies in the jar which you can see to indicate how many you have. It's super useless, and therefore the greatest part of this update. Thank you, Steward Is Me. Transformation. I'm gonna give a fair warning, this transformation is not that good. But it's hope for more fun transformations in the future. Like the adult transformation that most people don't even know exists, the new transformation also uses pills. One makes you larger pills. After popping 3 of these pills, you get the Stompy transformation, which gives you these little tufts of dust behind you when you walk, as well as the ability to possibly spawn the wait what effect upon being hit. That's it. If I were to make it better, I'd maybe actually give it the Stompy effect of breaking rocks, or have it procced wait what every time you get hit, but it's still pretty cool for this to be in the game, kind of an Easter egg type thing. There were also some small changes to the modding API to give more tools to modders, but I'm not going to go over that as that is far past my knowledge of Isaac. I just know Isaac enough to confuse Smartfly and Obsessed Fan. Overall, Booster Pack number 2 in my eyes is a huge success. I think these items and gameplay mechanics are a fantastic addition to the game, and I'm excited to see what Booster Pack number 3 brings. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!